here's my question. What happens when the self-quarantine is over? Does that mean this thing comes back with a vengeance? And therein lies the problem to me. I was going to do a whole thing where I went and tried to find out all of the different pandemics that have happened, because we've had a few in the last few years. The different pandemics and how many people have died and all that. We haven't gotten to those numbers yet of cases or deaths or whatever. We haven't gotten there yet.
Right.
With this thing. I think we probably will, but I don't think we've gotten there yet. But if you are not running around scared because of the common cold, which many people die from every year, and you're not running around scared in your daily life of the flu, which most people get every year. If you're not running around scared, and I mean, lots of people. See, this is why I was going to do the research. Maybe I'll throw up the numbers or something, because that idea of the number of people that die from those two things will surprise the hell out of most people, because they never really thought about it, because they just say it's flu season.
It's
people
just
get
a normal
the
part
flu.
of life.
Right. It's just what we do. And I think that this is going down that road. So then when do you stop isolating from other people, and when do you just assume, like listening to the doctor on the podcast, you just assume you're going to get it.
Yeah.
You don't assume that you're going to stay away from it, because nobody runs around going, I can't get a cold. Everybody just assumes that at a certain time of year you're going to get a cold.
Yep.
It could and getting the flu, you know that you've got flu in the fall, winter. You know you got flu potentially in the spring, summer.
Yep.
That you may get it one, if not both times every year. So, but you ain't scared of it.
Right.
You know, should people be scared of it? I don't know. Should older people be more aware? What was the thing that I saw? No, they were talking about it on the podcast. They were saying something about Florida and old folks' homes. What are they called?
Nursing homes?
Nursing homes. Florida and the nursing homes. I think in Washington, it was like 1 or 2 nursing homes that were infected. I think it was 1 or 2. Maybe just 1. 19 right now. 19 in Florida.
And do you know why?
It doesn't matter. If it's there, then all of a sudden, there's your explosion.
Uh-huh.
You know?
It's the nurses, from what
the nurses working in different homes.
Yep, the nurses bouncing from job to job because they aren't getting paid enough, or the CNAs or the dietary workers working in more than one nursing home. Now they're bouncing it and they're infecting them all.
But it feels to me like there's nothing. The only thing you can do is stay away from people, but the idea of you should move yourself to another place, like that's going to make you more safe. I don't think that's going to make you more safe.
No.
I think you need to do what you need to do at home. Make sure your home space or wherever you are right now is as clean as you want to make it, and then you limit your contact with other people and see where the world goes from here. But basically, I think what we're essentially doing is we're waiting for some kind of treatment that lessens the mortality rate of it.
Yeah.
That's what we're waiting for.
And
that's the only thing we're waiting for.
Whatever Trump says, we don't have it. Listen to the doctors, not the dude in the orange suit. His little Cheeto puff ass.
He doesn't wear an orange suit.
Oh, he sprays Cheeto dust on himself regularly.
Cheeto dust. Okey-dokey.
Are you ready for for the question of the week? Or
Wait a minute, let me take a look here before we get to the question of the week. I have one thing before the question of the week.
Go for it.
Very quickly. It's a statement. It does not need to be argued or discussed. Because you're just going to agree.
I love when you
You're just 100% going to agree. You ready?
Uh-huh.
If you, and this is for all schools outside of English-speaking places, if you have, quote, America, American, or English in the name of your school, you should not be doing everything in another language while excluding English.
What was your thing?
Damn it.
I love you
All right,
so
go
very
ahead.
much.
All right, go ahead. Do your thing.
Okay, so here is the question of the
Me too.
week. You want to do a little slap or no? We haven't done those lately.
You want to slap?
Okay. So the question is, my daughter is 5 years old. Almost every time she plays with her friends, they are 4, 5, 7, and 8 years old, they bully her. They tell my kid to stay away, tell her she is ugly, sometimes even punch her in front of me. Later, I know that one kid, the oldest, I don't know the reason, she tells other kids to stay away from my daughter and not be friends with her. If one child decides to play with my daughter, she will bully that child too, and that's why all of the kids obey the oldest child. That makes my daughter often feel lonely and sad. I don't know what to do. My heart is broken. Should I do something, or is this a normal issue for kids?
Wait, what is the relationship from her daughter to the other children?
They're just kids in the neighborhood.
Friends.
Clearly not
Sorta.
friends. Clearly not.
Well, it sounds like a one-way relationship. The daughter wants to be friends, but the other kids are not.
Reciprocating.
They don't want that relationship with this
Right.
child, so they're
Well,
treating the child.
they may, like the younger ones may, but the oldest one, the 8-year-old, is trying to control and dominate.
I mean, I think that's a pretty simple answer.
Is it?
Is it?
What's the answer?
Go get
Give
that
us-
child's mama.
Oh, I read in
Go
the
get
comments.
your mama. What does that mean?
I read in the comments that the
Get the
parent.
child's mother and say your child is a freaking a-hole and you need to deal with this.
Okay.
Oh, really? That's
And-
how we're doing things.
and-
Yeah.
And what
So
happens
then
if
when
the
you
mother
have the
doesn't
fist fight
believe
with
that?
that mother, what is that? How does that help your daughter?
If you keep your child away from my child.
See? So now your child is the bad child.
Yes.
You are being the other.
So what happens when the mom goes to the other parent and says, your child or children are doing these things to my 5-year-old, make them stop? And the mom says, no.
Right.
Then
Which
you
is
have
most
to do
people-
something.
Most people are prone to do. Now, granted, you could always just stop your child from playing with those kids.
True.
That's to me, that's my first thing. I'm really not gonna go after these other parents because some of them are absolute idiots. So I'm gonna control what I can control.
That's right.
And the only thing I can control is my child. So I just give them another option, a place to go, and much more healthy
Sure.
friends to have. I mean, if that means you got to make a play date, or that means you got to bring other people to your house and let them play, trust me, those other kids, they don't want to play too. That's just how kids are.
And
So
then you just tell them, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Your
no.
behavior is not acceptable, and you are not allowed to play with
nobody
my child.
talks that way except for Karen, and
And I do talk that way.
she does this, but me, no, you can't come in. Period.
And we did
Why
that.
not? The reason is irrelevant at this point. I'm not trying to teach you. I'm trying to make sure that my child is not being hurt by you. Which none of this am I going to say to a child. All I'm going to do is say, no, you don't get to come in. You can stand at the gate, and I've done this before.
We have done it
You
a
can
lot.
stand at the gate, you can look, you can make faces, you can say what you want to say, but nobody's going to pay attention to you. You know, because when you have kids that want to act badly with your child, and all you really can control is your child, and you're not going to go and start getting physical with these other kids, and you're not going to be fighting against their parents to make them be better people, forget all that. You can't come in. We're going to have the party, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to do what we do, and you don't get to participate because you don't know how to act.
Yep. And we've done it.
So go to your room until you learn to act.
Go back to your house. Don't come over to mine.
Isn't that what the parents say? Just go to your room until you learn.
Have you ever been told that?
Go to your room until you learn.
Usually I'm like, can you please come out of your room?
Because that's what we were told.
The whole go to your room thing is so weird.
Hey, go to your room until you learn how to
Especially
behave.
now, because like everything's in your room.
Everything was in our rooms then.
It's like, how does that help anything?
It does not.
Sends me to the place where all my stuff is.
No, it removes you from your parent that's about to slap the shit out of you.
Oh, I would get the shit
Pretty
slapped out
much.
of me.
For a time.
Pretty much, and then you get to, basically what it actually kind of does, if you want to be clinical about it, it does give the parent and the child a cooling off period. At the very least. So now you can actually have a conversation without yelling, screaming, and going down a road that you don't want to do. Because honestly, I don't think most parents do not want to have physical confrontations with their children. They don't want that. They want to be able to handle things a certain way. And by a parent saying, even back in the 70s, go to your room, or 80s, go to your room until you learn how to behave, or you learn how to talk, or you learn how to do what I'm telling you to do. Even though you're not going to learn shit, but that gave the parent the opportunity to kind of calm down, think about what they want to say, and then approach that child, whatever age they happen to be, and maybe have a more constructive conversation. With, like I said, I might be a teacher, but I'm not teaching all kids everywhere all the time.
Right, it's not my job.
It's not about job. I'm just not doing it as a human being. And why should I be the one that makes sure that your child behaves the way that I believe children should behave with other children as well, and including my child?
Yep.
No. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show my child that this is why you shouldn't be with them. This is why you shouldn't want to hang around them, because they're treating you badly, and this is not what you should expect as treatment from friends or treatment from acquaintances or people that you want to be around. These expectations that's no good for you. So I've taught the lesson to my child, stay away from them. And then now I'm going to give you a different option. Mm-hmm. There are other people over here that do like you and you like them, and you can now get together and have a great time, and you don't have to worry about this.
Yep.
And kids need to understand that that's a normal part of being human, that you're not going to like everybody and everybody's not going to like you.
Well, one of the things I asked was, are the parents your friends? Would you let your friends do this to you? Would you let your friends hit you? Is being bullied a normal part of your daily life?
You're talking about to
the parent, yes. If the answer is no, this isn't normal, no, I wouldn't let my friends hit me, no, I wouldn't let my friends treat me this way, then why are you teaching your child that is what friendship is? Right. Stop telling this child that those are her friends. Stop letting her play with those children. She needs to be teaching her daughter self-respect. She needs boundaries. She needs to teach her own child not to accept that type of behavior.
But sometimes not accepting it means removing yourself from it.
Right. And you need, if these are your friends' children and you have said, hey, your kids keep hitting my daughter, please make them stop, and the friend says no, then you've got to separate yourself. Another thing I asked her is
I don't buy this idea that you're going to say to another adult, your child is hitting my child, you need to make them stop. No. That's not how. No.
No?
No. What should be is, I'm coming to you as a parent. My child will not be allowed to play with your child anymore. Why? Because your child keeps hitting my child. That's it. It's already done. It's not that I'm going to keep throwing my child into that situation, waiting for you as a parent to take care of the problem. No. My child said that this is how they're being treated. They're not going to be allowed. They can't go play with your child anymore. Flat out. They're not going to. It's not going to happen.
Yep.
Now, you can deal with your child however you want to deal with your child, because that is your responsibility.
Yeah.
Very different ideas. I'm not going to give you another chance.
I think that the saddest part is that she didn't know that this wasn't okay, and she wanted to know that if this is normal. It's not normal.
Isn't it?
No, it isn't normal.
Isn't it normal that this is how children treat other children? Isn't this a normal behavior inside of American culture today? Is this person American?
Yes.
Okay, so isn't this normal behavior among children inside of American culture? I would call this very normal. Is it desired? Absolutely not.
Should it be acceptable?
No.
No.
But is it normal? Yes.
I think that
Which is part of
because
the problem.
I think because of our role with children that aren't just our own, that we see the things more quickly than others.
Maybe.
And so we stop it before it gets to the point where things are, the child is being physically harmed.
Right. You hope that you can stop it.
Right.
You hope that you can give them a different path. Sometimes you're not successful as a teacher. But
Well, I'm talking about with our own children. I can think of 2 times when Aaron was physically harmed because of boys who were trying to control him, and they never did it again, and Aaron wasn't allowed to even really be around them after that.
you can only control your child. You cannot control the other children. You can bring it up. Like if it's happening at school, you have a larger support system. You have the teacher, you have the principal, you have maybe a psychologist. You have other people at the school that potentially could understand the problem and know how to take care of the problem in a healthy way. You have more people like that. But what if it's just on your street?
Yeah.
Now what do? You fucking take your child home.
Yep.
You don't sit there fighting because that's just going to create a whole nother kind of problem between you and that other parent and blah, blah, blah. You just say no. If you come with me, I'm going to remove you from the situation, put you in a situation that is far healthier. And when that child asks their parent and that parent comes to you, which it will happen at some point, why can't Aaron play because of this and this and this and this? You know who your child is.
Yep.
Don't act like you're surprised that your child behaves this way. This is who the child was, and you knew this, and I wasn't going to let my child be around your child.
Right. We actually,
It's
I
not-
had
it's
to
not
have
even
a
angry.
conversation
It's
like
just-
that.
I'm not going to do it, Now, I may choose to hang out with you, but that doesn't mean I'm going to let my child hang out with your child.
Right. I mean, I
We can be
had to
cool.
do that. I had to have a conversation with a mom. Why can't my kids come and play in your yard with your kids? Because your children don't know how to behave.
Right.
They want to break the things or take them or come in when we're not here or tell my child he can't play with his own toys or push him off of the swings. That's not going to happen. Teach your children how to behave, and then maybe we can try again.
Basically, it's as far as them coming into your space, what you're really saying is not how to behave, but how to behave based on the rules that I've set for my space.
Yep.
So now when you come in, you will have to moderate your behavior that is not the same that you're allowed to do at home. You're going to have to find out what our rules are and then follow those rules, and now you're allowed to participate and be in this space. But that's the thing that all people, I think, force others to do when they come into their space. You know, like I'm not going to sit there and, you know, okay, we're all sitting around. I allow people to drink alcohol in my house. Okay, great. So we all sit around drinking alcohol. But all of a sudden you pull out some cocaine and no, motherfucker, you got to go.
Yeah.
This is not a thing that happens in my space. But that's adults. Adults should be able to say that. Now, what happens when it's a child? And a child is doing something that they shouldn't do. Start taking all the toys and throwing them down the stairs and watching them break. It's like, wait a minute. You come in here breaking other people's shit.
Yep.
This isn't even yours. I mean, if you want to do that at home, feel free. But our rules are very different. You know, so we don't do that. You know, the child has to learn in the different spaces that they move in. There are rules in every single space, and they have to abide by them. And if they don't want to do that, then they don't come over. Very, very simple. All right. You got more to answer on that one? You got something else to say?
Teaching your child to hit the bully is not the answer.
Hit the bully.
Yeah, a lot of parents have said if they hit my child, I tell my child to hit them back.
Yeah, I mean,
She's 5 and the other kid is
okay, but
8.
age has nothing to do with it.
The big kid is going to hurt
But
the
what are
little
you-
kid.
well, no, what are you teaching your child? A 5-year-old could whoop an 8-year-old's ass. That's not really the point. Do you want your child having to do that though?
No.
Well, that's the answer. Some people would answer that yes. Some people would say, yes, I want my child to whoop their ass. Okay, but that's how you want to raise your child. I don't want to raise my child or my children that way. I don't want them to think that that's how they get things done. If it comes to that, then put your pound
Yeah,
them
you gotta do that
into
once.
the ground.
Twice.
But you should be able to have other means and other ways of handling problems and resolving those problems one way or the other before you get to that point. That shouldn't be your jumping off
That's our
point.
last resort.
It should be. It should be your last resort. Sometimes, maybe you don't. It doesn't. You know, somebody walks up, hits you real hard in the back of the head, and you don't even know why they're there. Yeah, you should probably stop them. You know. But in most cases, these are you're around people that you know.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be around people that you know you're going to be around them again tomorrow, you know, you should handle that differently. Mm-hmm. Or you're just going to be fighting all the time. And it's like, well, how does that solve anything? That doesn't get you to where you want to be. I mean, you know, now you're talking about, oh, we're got to change schools, or oh, we can't play outside because these people are here, or oh, they went and got 10 friends and now you can't live a life. You know, no, who wants to live that way?
Somebody actually said to me that they thought it was weird that our children had never played outside alone until we lived in China. They thought it was strange that we would always play outside with our kids. Even though...
Which part? Them not being alone, or us being with them?
Them not being alone. You mean you didn't just tell your kids to go outside and play in the yard? No. If they were gonna go outside to play, one of us was with them. Always.
Oh, yeah. I don't see the big deal there.
They thought it was very strange because we had a fenced-in yard and it was big and they had plenty of things to play with and they were safe. But no, they weren't safe. Just because they're in your yard doesn't mean they're safe.
Okay.
So parents, they thought it was odd that we're so hands-on.
But that's how we viewed parenting.
Oh.
We were so hands-on. Like, they weren't alone playing. There were very few times that they were alone in the house.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't. They weren't as far as, you know, like, you can hear and see what they're doing all the time, and they might think I'm alone in my room and I'm doing a thing, but all one of us had to do was lean over and, well, we can see them. And they know that they can be seen, that if they need help, someone is right there. There was that comfort zone, that safety zone
Yep.
thing. You know?
We have this thing.
Broke it.
If you need help, all you have to do is ask. We're right here.
He's breaking things.
You fit band.
What?
Broke it.
How did that? What?
It just came up.
I was just
no,
scratching
he
my
broke it.
hand. It broke.
He's
I don't know
he's
how
gonna
that-
need to glue it.
I have another band.
Can you believe this? So sad.
Yeah, but you could just friggin' lean forward and you could see right into the playroom. That's where
And
we
you guys
were.
never played in your
That is
bedrooms
actually-
usually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You never really played upstairs.
Nothing freaking upstairs.
You had lots of things upstairs.
Yeah,
But,
in your
Most of the
bedroom.
stuff was in the playroom.
but
But
you
see
still
that,
had.
but see,
Or in the
no,
basement.
but look, see, that's what I'm saying.
But that was by design.
But we put those things in places so that they could play safely.
Right.
Right.
And there was stuff in their rooms, but that wasn't stuff
That
that
was-
they necessarily wanted to be 100% active with all the time.
Right.
You put the most enticing things for children in the spaces you wanted to be monitored.
Yeah. And
Well-
then we were right there.
Right, and we had things in your room, so if you woke up before we did, you would play in your room and
You're not being monitored anymore. You're not being tracked by your tracker. No steps will mean anything. All right, do you have anything else?
I don't.
That's it. That's all we got for the people this week. Anything that we need to check out? Oh! You want to tell them about the thing, the new thing.
I swear it's Unibrain right now.
The new thing, man.
Unibrain.
We got a new thing.
I have two new things.
Two new things.
Two.
Go.
So if you are an artist or you have an artist friend who likes to draw things and would possibly like to get better at drawing, go check out A and K's Thick Thursday on Instagram.
A and K. Spell Thick Thursday.
THICC.
Very important.
You can put the text.
Where? You think
Somewhere.
there's space over your head?
Sure, just
There's not space
just
over
put it
your head.
put it on my face then. Just
Put it on the face.
sure, why not? Go check that out every Thursday. Keegan and myself, we draw a very viscous character.
Is viscous the word you want to use?
Sure.
It's an
You've
inside
never,
joke.
you've never seen the video of the dude that got arrested because he like sexually harassed someone and he was like, "Why'd you do this?" He's like, "She was thicker than a bowl of oatmeal." You never seen that? It's funny. Anyway, go ahead and do that and then tag us because we want to see
So where is this?
on Instagram.
Where?
It's a hashtag that you use on Instagram. So post your artwork with the hashtag and tag us, tag me at Professor Raptor 25 and tag Keegan at LunaWolf66 and we will see your photos.
And you're doing one every week.
Yes, every Thursday.
And she's doing one every week.
Yes.
Well, she has another one she's doing as well, right? Which Wednesday?
Yes, but that's not an official hashtag. That's just a personal thing for her.
Well, she needs to make it an official hashtag.
So that was the first thing. There's three pictures up already
Okay.
from me and Keegan. So the other thing was Aaron's Game Chat now has an Instagram and a Facebook. So go check that out at Aaron's
Wait a
Game
minute.
Chat.
Instagram
Facebook,
Facebook.
and
Facebook.
YouTube's.
and YouTube. We're gonna start putting stuff on
Yes.
YouTube.
So
I might
go
put some
do
of
that.
the old things that are on the traveling Farrs on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
But don't look for those anytime soon. Just find them where they are right now on the traveling Farrs.
If you go to the Facebook page, the playlist for the YouTubes will be on the Facebook page.
that are currently on the traveling
Yes.
Farrs.
So go follow.
Was that a magic thing?
No, there was fuzz.
All I thought of was the magicians. Like you were like,
there was fuzz, so I grabbed it. Go follow. go do the things. There are 2 posts
Follow, like,
on there, and
subscribe.
And I did a highlight.
Ring bells.
I did a highlight last night.
A highlight of what?
The story. I did a story, which I like.
A story
almost never
on
do. Instagram. On Instagram.
What was the story about?
I said I took a picture of Doom, and it says when you don't have a job but you have a gaming podcast. And
Yes,
that was
but
a sad face of
but
it.
I don't understand the Doom thing because you did Doom Eternal, and neither one of us have Doom Eternal yet.
Right.
But it came out
It's out.
yesterday.
And I checked, the price did not go up.
Really?
Yeah, it stayed.
By the time we get it, it'll probably be on sale.
That's
Yeah.
You know, it'd be cool if they do put a lot of stuff on sale because of people
of-
being
yeah.
stuck in the house.
That would make
That'd
sense.
be awesome.
Yeah.
Steam sale!
Like 90% of your library is from the Steam.
I think
sale.
there needs to be a sale so that... Light toast!
Oh
Can-
God! That's not even your name on Steam.
Not on Steam.
That's your Xbox name.
That's the Xbox name. The light toast, baby.
Is that what they generated for you?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Mine, they generated mine is like pagan Scorpio or something crazy. I didn't do it. It was that they generated.
I think they just looked at my picture.
like toast.
Light toast! If y'all are on the Xbox, go find that light toast.
It's got some numbers after.
It does have some numbers after it.
It's
but
got like 9, 7.
I don't remember.
2, 4.
All I know is
3 numbers.
toast.
So yes, go follow on the Instagram. Go follow the hashtag. Post your art. I may do a video on it because Procreate automatically captures all of the drawing process. So I thought about doing some videos. And I'm almost done with both of my Coursera classes. So
You need to do
in
that.
between the class times, I might do some videos. So yeah, there is that.
What do you want to take for your next classes?
Don't know.
But not the same professor.
Well, I haven't had the same professor yet.
What's the? Oh, it's the same series though, right? The 2 classes you're taking now.
The something for video games, yes.
All
I've
right.
done 3. Well, I finished 1. I'm doing 2 at the moment.
And then you've done how many writing classes? 2.
2.
I think you need some history.
And then the other one was
I agree.
comic book creation.
I agree. History sounds
'Cause
like a
Keegan is
great
taking
idea. I don't care about what.
medieval
don't,
history.
No. Don't put them together. But he needs history because, boy, when I start talking about history, his mind is like. So. You don't want to tell him. You don't want me to tell him about your little sitting here with me and for what 5-6 hours of me telling you stuff about history that you had no clue about.
You
I
live
knew
with
some of the things.
two people who have taught history.
That's not the point. The point is he needs to be learning about history on his own.
I love
Discovering the history. You might have to glue it, man.
Or
I
just
have another band.
It's not that. It's just the only thing that's not holding this in is glue. The other side is just glued in, and that's what's holding it. There is
Also,
no
that little piece.
No. That just broke off of there. That has nothing to do with what's happening up in here to hold that in. All right. Are we good?
we're good.
We're good? If you want to follow the Traveling Farrs, you can find us on the YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, iTunes, Spotify, and the Google Podcasts. Wasn't there something else? Wasn't something supposed to get added to that list?
Yeah, your new
Think I just said
podcast.
No, something else. I thought, maybe not. I thought there was another place, where you get your podcasts.
Wherever fine podcasts are sold.
Or given away for free. The Traveling Farrs, if you like the Instagram or the Twitters. Traveling Farrs, if you like the email, travelingfars@gmail.com. And the blog space, thetravelingfars.blueberry.net. No E's in the blueberry. Lots of stuff going up. Trying to do at least one part of a show per day, usually around 10 a.m. So keep a lookout for that. Play it for your kids. No, actually don't play us for your kids.
Yeah,
Trust me, you don't want to do that. They're going to have questions about shit.
Yeah.
But there is the funny. The funny is definitely in there somewhere because, boy, you never know what I might find to put into one of our videos because we just did this one. I don't know what's going in here until I sit down over at the desk. And then it becomes, oh boy.
Yep.
There is some funny going on. Like Shaq's haircut from last week. Or the week before.
Oh, women.
I love women.
You laughed at that so
Hell
hard.
yeah,
For
boy.
several hours that one.
Telling you, man. Just, you never know. All I can say is you never know. Just keep watching, man. Just keep watching because ain't no telling what's going to happen. Right? The ball women.
The hands.
Say goodbye to the people, man. Say goodbye to people.
Bye.
Peace. Oh boy, he's back. The happy cat has returned.
It's not the same motion.
The happy cat has returned.
I cannot stress enough that it's not the same motion.
The happy cat. The happy cat has returned.